What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a few days since the last video. I do apologize. We are here in the trucking industry. We are into a series of what we call the push season. And it's basically starts from now till the end of December, sometimes into the early parts of January. And it's just the holiday season. It's just the way it is here in the trucking industry and has been ever since I've been a part of this, which has been 25 years now driving a truck. So I had a comment on one of the Facebook group pages, and somebody asked me how I came up with the King Kepner Ranch. Some of you that are older to the channel know the backstory. The new subscribers, you really don't know the backstory. Backstory on the King Kepner Ranch is that growing up, it was always my dream to own a cattle ranch, a profitable cattle ranch. It was a dream, okay? And I always dreamed of being a profitable cattle rancher that, loved to help out people, help out other farm ranchers and farmers around the area. And that was a dream, okay? And I figured, well, it may not be in the cards in real life for me to do that, but I could have with my railroad. And why not? It's still real life. It may be a model, but hey, guess what? It's still there, And my name on my ranch would have been King Kepner Ranch. My first name means king, lord, or Viking. So I just went with the first one, King. And that was how King Kepner Ranch came about. But the way that whole idea for the cattle train came about was I was coming out of Colorado, Denver. And I was coming down I-25 south and cutting across Raton. Cutting across Raton. We here in the trucking industry and even the railroad industry, they used to call it Raton Pass. I forget the highway. I think it's U.S. Highway 50. I think it's run through there or whatever it is now. But anyways, that was how I came up with the idea of that. But anyways, I was going through there. I was paying attention to a lot of what was going on. I'd been up and down that route for many years in multiple different directions. Never really paid attention. Well, this one particular day, I was paying attention. And I noticed where railroad tracks used to be. And I noticed where the modern day was. Along the route, I was noticing all the cattle ranches, the feed lots, the sell lots. And I was noticing all this going across Colorado all the way into Lamar. And even south of Lamar, going all the way down into the Oklahoma border all the way into Texas, really. And I was looking at that and going, okay. And I started thinking about it. Could that be feasible for maybe, say, a Class 3 railroad, even a Class 2, or a Heritage, to bring the cattle industry back to the railroad on a modern day level? And the more I kept sort of thinking about it, I was like, it could be very possible. And I started thinking, well, how would you transport those cattle? In the old day, we had cattle cars. And they were just single level. You might be able to get 25 head in there. But I was sort of thinking, if you got a cattle baron, you're going to need to transport more than 25 head per car. If your car is set up right, you could possibly move about 50, 60 head on one car, maybe 70. That's equivalent to 3 trucks. So I got to do more thinking about it, and as I kept thinking about it, the storyline started progressing in my mind. And I was like, this is very interesting. And I became very creative with it. And I was like, yeah, it's possible. You could do this. You really could. So I started creating, as I was building the hutch, let that creativity flow. When I did the modern day take on the hutch and lettered it King Kepner Ranch, the whole idea behind the car was, well, what if the rancher is helping out neighboring communities, like the Amish community? You know, what if the Amish community was close enough where he could say, hey, I'm not going to charge you anything. I'd like to work with you. If you need to take products to the market, I could transport them for you without charging you, or something like that, you know. And as I was letting my creativity flow with this, the more came about with it, such as the boxcar, the King Kepner Ranch boxcar, feed and tack. That was part of the train. You know, if you got cattle on board, you're traveling a long distance, you're going to have to feed them, especially if you got your horses on board too. They're going to have a place to put their saddles, right? So that was part of it. And then I got to the cattle cars, and I was dropping hints about it, and I was like, this is very doable. And so in one of the videos, I showed the first set of articulate cattle cars under their testing phase right now, because there's a few things I want to change on it. As far as the gap wise between the cars, I want to bring that up a little bit and change out the bar that connects the two cars together, so that way it's a little bit thicker, gives a stable platform. And then I want to add some side skirting. With doing all that, the creativity came and kept flowing. Okay, a water car. You're going to need a water car. Why? Well, if you're moving them during the summer and you have to come to a stop because you got to wait for another train to pass, or something's happened and you're delayed for hours, you don't want those cattle getting hot. You want to try to keep them cool. You know, not ice cold, but cool, where they're comfortable during the movement or during the heat. So I was like, a water car with a pump system on it. That sounds about right. Your horses in a stock car, they would need water during transport. That's reasonable. That's reasonable enough to have a water car. And then I created the cattle barons car, the King Kepner Ranch cattle barons car. And that one was created as a private car. And then from there, I decided that it was time to build. I needed to start building. Haven't built it yet, but we'll start that one next month. Of a King Kepner Ranch cowhands car, or ranch hand. However you want to say it, whether you say cowhand, ranch hand, or cowboys, they will have their own car. Along with that may come a diner car later on. Probably one I'm going to modify. I really haven't decided if I'm going to do a modification on that or not. And then, you know, as I'm sitting here talking, I'm also thinking, well, if you got stock cars for your horses, and you've got all this stuff from modern day ranch to move their own product or other people's stuff or other people's cows, well, do you need a vet on board? Maybe a private vet, or a vet that would travel with that train from time to time. It's a possibility. So I don't know. I don't know if a vet's car is going to be possible, or a hospital car or something like that. I don't know, because I don't want to get too crazy with this train. Again, this train goes back to a modern day take. You know, I mean, it's my railroad, my name on that car. The whole train, really. So I'm really not too sure how far I want to go with it. For the most part, I'm going to say it's pretty much done. Once these other last few cars are built, and the articulate or cattle cars are painted. So that is the backstory on how the King Kepner Ranch and the King Kepner Ranch train came about. So where am I at on the Baron's car? Well, right now this is where I'm at. Okay, it's got its windows in it. Top is sealed. When I put the top on, I had some hairline cracks I was not real happy about, which is why this is mill putt in here. And I'll go back once this is dried and do a very light sanding to smooth it out and take it away. And then for the window line up will be primered and then shot, pinstripe, handles, door steps, excuse me, under framing detail, logo, and for the most part, it'll be done at that point. I will have to order the trucks. I'm going to use the MPC era trucks I already have temporarily on this car. Oh yeah, and diaphragms. Temporarily. I'll probably wind up ordering the trucks next month from Atlas, and I need to order the trucks for their articulate. So that is where I'm at right now, and what all I've been doing. Again, I do apologize for the delay in videos. This has been a very crazy, hectic week, and it's probably not going to get any better, to be honest with you. This is, like I said, holiday season's coming in. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's right after that. I've got birthdays, starting with mine in September. Cat Napper, Silas, my son, his birthday's coming up here real quick on the 15th of this month. And then right after that is Rogue's birthday. Right after that is my oldest son Kyle's birthday. Then my wife's birthday. And then in February is my daughter's birthday and Valentine's, 2 days apart. So it's like, yeah. And so it's going to be a very hectic month. Hectic season, it really will be. Again, I want to apologize for the delay in videos, and I will get them out as much as possible and try at least, if nothing else, get 1 or 2 videos out a week during the season. And then, 2024, we're just going to keep rocking and rolling, keep doing what we're doing right now. As always, please keep the shiny side up, rubber down. Please hit like and subscribe. Again, to all the new viewers, I do not ask for support in any way. That is something I truly believe. This is my channel, and I feel like I need to be the one to support my channel. And that's just me, okay? Some viewers would say otherwise, but I don't. I see things a little bit differently. So that's just my take on it, and I enjoy doing this for you all. As always, please, 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 over the weekend and over the next couple of months, please stay safe. I'd like to see everyone back as often as possible, and pray that everybody has a great and successful holiday season. As always, keep the shiny side up, rubber down. I will see you on the next video, maybe tomorrow morning before I leave out to head for my first stop. We don't know. We'll find out, but we'll keep it one way or another. There'll be another video coming. Y'all have a great night. See you later.